It is time for Valika as we start our adventure today. It is the start of a new season. For spring, we had planned, and in summer, our brave heroes were away slaughtering those who live in high cities, separating families while getting loot and all the things that will help the village move forward, bringing in tons of supplies in order to make the winter hopefully survivable. But now they return as autumn sets in these days and see what will come. So, as we begin, cheers erupt from the shore of Ascari Bay as your ships pull into sight. Even from here, in the midst of the early morning, you can see friendly faces waving at you from Shrine Isle and in front of Raffensheim. As you get closer, you notice there is something in front of the village longhouse. An enormous warship. It's far too big to actually sail. The chief approaches you all, claps you on the shoulders. The ship of the dead. It will burn tonight, on the night of our return to honor the glory dead. There will be bonfires, feastings, songs. It will take your mind off the blood and death of the raids. Be there, Herr Sirs.
Chief, do we have an idea of what will happen to the warriors now that Halak is gone? Who will be our new trainer?
I have given thought to that. I had sent some ships ahead, scouts, and I have selected Rana. He is the most trained. That does not have another job to do. And you all thought it for him to be the guard. You promoted him to head guard of the village when we left. Told him to look after all and keep it safe. He has done well.
I think that is a great decision, Chief. You are muted, Donald.
Donald's just laughing at this idea and can have zero consequences whatsoever. That's all. This is Donald. Corgana is just stoically staring into the sea at this announcement.
Fun things about this campaign. There are things like whoever the characters don't choose end up this. But you don't get to know that when you make your decisions.
Except that some people mention that as a consequence of later on down the line.
Yep.
But so what is... This is our first year, Chief. Well, and so it varies, as I understand, from place to place. What is the expectations of such a festivity for ours?
Well, does not mind, but she should be arriving soon. As bursting from the water, you see the green guild form of Asa. She lands, her claws digging into the longboat and scratching. She shakes, so green frills move. You have returned, Terceus. This is good.
Yes, we have, and we haven't forgotten about our promise to you as well.
I do not love the raid. I think part of me hoped you all would find another way for us to survive, but I suppose if bloodshed was needed, then bloodshed must have occurred. At any rate, he wanted to inform you of the traditions. And she kind of winks at us, and yes, I'm glad you haven't forgotten. The spoils from the summer raids are to be held at Raffenshine in honor of the fallen warriors. And then there will be a formal return of them, as well as distribution according to what you all think is correct, after a week-long period of mourning. This is the Valikan way. So it is the spoils and everything you will lay down and walk away from, so all can see what is here and see what you have done. And as they mourn their fathers and children and mothers, their lovers, they will know what it was all worth and what it was all for.
Okay. We can do that.
Beyond this and being visible, are there unspoken social obligations that are expected of us as Hersers?
It is good, usually, to meet and talk to those who were left behind. I would say visibility is the most important thing for Hersers, and access. So those who are here know you've come back to lead them as you did before, not as, well, kings or what not.
You said access, we're not talking about ensuring progeny for the rest of the year, right?
No.
Okay. Just things get a little wild.
Questions, tales of the raid, or let them know what has been happening thus far.
There's a look of relief on Gorgana's face.
Uncomfortably laughs at you. And
Well, so now that business is out of the way, how's Myrtle?
oh, Myrtle? She's well. She's very well, indeed well. I mean, she's in good health.
Does she make that warship over there? I mean, it's a great looking warship. It's very impressive.
Yes, she worked very hard. She would be good for her to Hear you say that.
You could tell her for us. I mean, I don't know if you're not busy or anything.
I'm sure she would love to hear it. From you, especially how her dragon ships fared in the raids.
Right. Well, I mean, they actually were great. We have... they're coming back in as great a condition as when they left, sort of. We'll just tell her. We won't show her.
She was very, as the scouts gave word of your arrival, she worked, I believe, all night to finish the ship in time. It's most the biggest ship any will make.
Oh, you know that she worked all night? Were you there?
I mean, I may have been watching from in the water.
Right. Okay.
She was busy. I didn't want to bother her.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. It'll be good to pay her a visit. Oh, I'm excited to see her.
It has been interesting. Summer has been very hot.
Right.
And as I told you before, I mean, my memories and honestly, it's gotten a bit complicated.
Have you gained some of your memories back?
No. But, not making new ones with my doll proved beyond what I was able to bear. So now I'm afraid. I still know I need to find my memories, but it could be proven very complicated.
So, I mean... I think I could speak for everybody. We're looking very much forward to helping you on that journey. I know that for myself, it's a pretty high priority. As soon as we have a free minute, I think that's what I would like to do next. But that's me.
Okay. Of course. She smiles and goes, "It is something that has to be done, indeed. All right, then I will see the rest of you tonight." She hops back into the water, her Laneshi body carrying her deep, far away.
Asphalt waves, really big.
That was very confusing.
What was confusing?
Memories, promises, how the summer was hot even though it's still cold up here. I feel like I'm missing some details here that perhaps you all will fill me in some time.
Well, the gist of it, in a nutshell, is Asa has no memories of her past. She and Mardal like each other, but are afraid to take it any further at the moment. And that's basically it.
Why are they afraid to take it any further?
Because Asa is afraid of her past. She doesn't know what it is, but she's afraid of what she might find. She doesn't want to drag Mardal into it.
As if the fates would ever be so kind. Thank you, Bjork, for the clarification.
No problem.
Are there any other fun things we should be looking forward to this evening?
Well, yes, I'd like to know how. Was it Gundal? Was that her name?
Grundle?
Grindel? Gundal?
Gondul, Grinda's daughter?
Gondul, yes. I would like to know how Gondul is doing, how she fared over the summer.
Guess we'll have to wait till we get there.
Yes.
Yes, the
I also
dragonborn
wonder-
werewolf.
I also wonder if we should pay the hunters and Mildred a visit and see how, if anything progressed with our relations with the elves out in the woods.
Yes. We should also find out how the wolves are doing.
Yeah. We didn't fulfill our end with the elves, so I'm expecting at best things have gotten worse. But who knows? Maybe our return will be a ray of sunshine and roses, and everything positive will have happened while we're gone.
Doubtful, but we can hope.
I think I'll just stick to reality. But thanks, Bjorg.
Hey, I was honest. I doubt anything has changed, but we can hope. Doesn't mean anything has, but there's always hope.
I really want to know what you're drinking at night, Bjorg. I really, really want to know what you're drinking. And we may have to cut you off at some point.
Or maybe it's because I'm not drinking? You need to make me start?
Someone's got to do it, so I'm glad it's you, Bjorg.
What, someone's got to be positive?
You say positive, I hear naivety, but it's okay.
To each their own.
Hist, help me out here. Hist, help.
Well, to be fair, those are two terms that kind of mean different things to different people, so I feel like to each their own is a quite apt description of the situation at hand. What some see as naivety, others see as hope.
Fair. I may need some help from...
experiences.
Wasn't the help I was looking for, Hist, but appreciate it nonetheless. I may need all of your help this evening.
With what?
Like, with our summer, I, have been trying to be in moments, at least visibly amicable with everybody. I am concerned that this evening will test my limits and tolerances of wanting to be around people and not wanting to feel frustrated with the whole process.
We'll look out for you, Corgana. And here, why don't you take this? And Asphalt will give Corgana something close to like it's like a little pebble. Most people use this as like a worry stone, where they rub it and put their worries into it so that they don't have to worry alone so much. But you could really kind of just use it as like a stress relief ball, like when it gets too much, you just give it a big squeeze, and well, it shouldn't break. Maybe that'll help a little.
Thank you, Asphalt.
Mm.
And if it doesn't work, can I just punch somebody in the face and use that as a pebble instead to rub into the floor?
No,
Oh.
I recommend avoidance. That's how I deal with this.
Yes, but we're told to not be avoidant this evening. I could frame it even underneath the, a reenactment of the battles that were had. No? Okay.
I would refrain from physical acts of violence.
Yeah. Let's get this shit show over with.
All right, ready to go.
Yeah.
All right. All right. You make landing, and you are able to have a bit of time to unload and dress for the evening. However, night falls early in autumn. The sky is dark and filled with stars, but the village square in front of the longhouse is bright with the orange glow of torches. The ship of the dead stands in the middle of the festival square, festooned with crimson banners and wooden idols of food, armor, weapons, and monsters, which brave warriors will eat, wail, and battle in the afterlife for eternity. Dozens of villagers that you haven't seen since the end of spring are here, and they're eager to welcome you home. And so, with that, you see many of your old friends here, welcoming all the warriors, looking to talk to you when you can. Any of you would like to go forward, we'll try to go around. I think everyone can kind of pick out one, and again, that just means you're kind of in lead the conversation. People can jump in or do, we can be free form. Just gives just everyone turns. So, who would like to go first?
I'll go first. I'd like to speak to Gondol.
Okay. You see, as you look for Gondol, your eyes go to where you normally would see them, usually surrounded by suitors or those fawning over her. But none of those places seem to have her. And finally, you see, just barely in the light of the torches, her looking onward, alone. Her eyes seeing her brother, having come home from the raids. And looks like she has peace, but otherwise looks like she feels rather out of place.
Good evening, Gondol. What are you doing over here by yourself?
Oh, ah! Bjorg! As she runs and gives you a huge hug.
Hug her back.
So good to see you.
Good to see you too. How was the summer?
Oh, it, it, it's it was good. Season for the meadery. I made very different vintages, and I've been working on perfecting what's the cola that you wanted me to work on.
I can't wait to try it. What about you? How are you doing?
Oh, a bit lonely, maybe. I didn't know how you would think of me when you returned. You didn't want me to come and raid. Uh, didn't trust me, I guess.
No,
But
it's not a matter of not trusting you. You had just returned, and we thought it might be easier for you to be around your father a little longer.
yes, other. Um, he's been interesting. Um, she breathes. Word had gotten around of my condition. And unfortunately, most won't speak with me. And shall we say there's always an extra table way off by itself on the feasts. And my father is busy and finds his work elsewhere and can't have me by his side, otherwise there's no one to do business with.
I see. Well, we'll just have to change that. Not that your father can't do his business, but everybody needs time to relax. And everybody needs friends. And so I am going to drag her to wherever the music is playing and make her dance with me and have some fun and a drink.
As Bjorg is dragging Gondel, you know I sit in that absent corner as well, so you're gonna have to share that with me.
Because you're a hero, not a cursed bronze dragonborn.
You're not cursed.
We'll trade tales later, Gondel, and we can be Dragonborn in the corner together. We can call it the Dragon's Corner or the Dragon's Lair if you'd like, but we can turn it into a positive thing.
She gets a little playful. Oh, really?
Bjorg, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to take this dance.
She puts her hands up in surrender and backs away.
All right, as the dance goes, I'd like to go next.
Asphalt kind of wants to do something a little different. I don't know if that's okay.
Sure,
But
why?
Asphalt would like to sneak away a little bit, and she's gonna wild shape into a lynx, and just kind of, seeing all these festivities, sort of making her a little like, remembering the people who can't be here, and a lot of that has to do with the raids, but not all of it. And Asphalt's gonna go see the lighthouse and see if, just to look, because we're not allowed to talk, because Old Figure's exiled, but just to see if Old Figure seems okay, and if anything's different in terms of his transformation.
You scurry off, and it's not long. You don't get too far before you see, as you go to the direction of the lighthouse, a good 20 feet outside of the torch's glow, you see the partially red-scaled figure of Ophigger just on the water's edge. He watches the festivities. Approach if you want.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay a lynx so that I have plausible deniability.
Okay. As you get closer, he kind of sits and his feet resting in the water. And there, his shoes are off, so you see the partially scaled and finned feet. And in a start, he grabs a pole and he pulls in a big fish. He stabs it with one of his nails that has grown because of his curse. Puts in a basket. Goes black scale. This will be good for Banner. She'll appreciate it.
Asphalt will make some noise as to be noticed, but
Looks. Oh. Is that a little thief that wants to become my dinner tonight? She's a parrot.
Okay, this is stupid. Asphalt will start talking.
Ah!
Oh, please relax. I'm friend, not foe.
That's you, Asphalt.
No. Well, if anybody asks, the answer is no.
I understand. I have not been forgiven in the time past for my affliction.
I was at a party. The season, it was hard. However, we made it through. And it was a relief to come back here and see that all was, I think, well. And it was a shame to be at the party. And, well, I know a big part of keeping the clan safe is down to you. So I wanted to bring you some well wishes and good tidings.
I was proud to be able to offer my light for everyone to navigate back safely. I have become a bit of a fisherman. My gosh. Lately, though, only the Stonebreakers and Asa seem to trust my food. They've been good, some helping me through the exile. And, I mean, I killed a man. A god just trying to help me, and I killed them, so I understand. I'm lucky to be alive.
We've all killed being here. You feel guilty enough without my judgment. I forgive you for whatever that's worth.
Thank you. Means a lot. I mean, Cole died because of me. Hope you don't think it's stupid. And he grabs this bottle that has these like blood red etchings in it, alongside these white marks. I have a cola for him.
No, it's
Many
not.
nights.
Do you have another?
He grabs it. Could you get like that? Should I get a bowl?
Say that last part again.
If you're going to drink it like that, should I get a bowl?
I don't get it.
Try to pick it up.
Ah. I try to pick it up.
With your little weasel hands.
Oh gosh, I forgot. I'm a lynx.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well. Oh, I can't even cast magic. I dig a little hole in the ground. I'd love to share a drink with you.
Pours it in. We'll pour one out for Cole then.
Yeah.
Sit that as well. In that case, I'd like to approach someone next.
Hist would probably go around to, like no one like specifically, but like family members or like relatives or friends of the people that had died during the raids. Because like the way I imagined Hist spent his time during like other than like the active final attack, he'd usually just be at a high point watching like what everyone was doing. You'd have to just go around sharing their last, not like their last moments, but moments of valor that they had in their final battle. Like, because Hist understands the culture. It's not about like regretting how they died. It's about celebrating how they lived at the end. And so he's gonna just kind of go around to people and like, try to spin the tale as this like, no matter how small the fight was, just like make it sound like everyone was a hero in their own right to each of their loved ones.
Very good. As you do this, you can hear almost during every tale, "That's right! A glorious Heroes is Ranulph Skull Crusher," as he's called these days, is here saying, "The ones that trained and put me in charge," and then it's like, "Woo!" and because they are great indeed.
Yes, thank you for being able. It's always good to celebrate those that have fought their hardest.
Indeed. We mourn the loss, but understand the bravery.
Yes, it is. Of course, any loss of life is never a pleasant one, but they did fight to the end, and they fought, and their sacrifice made it so we could get what we did. We'll survive the winter because of them.
nods and taking your cue, Renal begins to yell about all the stories that you said and make sure everyone knows the tales of those who had died and their bravery.
And, like, the funny thing is like his probably has like a perfect recollection of like each person's final battles. Like,
Yeah. And now Renal is taking it and running with it.
he's just kind of happy that his stories are spreading.
All right. Anything else? To the next one.
Do you want to go, Molly? Yeah.
Yeah. In the small aspect that I can with this voice. Griff would I'm not 100% sure who he'd go to, at least like off like the top of my mind. But he would be interested in figuring out like the current standings with the elves. Have there been any more attacks like while we were gone? Has it just been like tentative? We won't go do it like a tentative ceasefire. What has it been like?
Sure. I think, Venus, you come upon Elvis, who, if you remember, this is Elvis of Vergold, who attended the Grove of the Druidic Grove. You had gotten wood at one point. And he goes, he talks to you, goes, it's good to see you come back, Griff. Is she doing well? Your other half there?
Yeah, we've been through a lot these past weeks.
I imagine you've called upon a spirit, which is good. Even if they cannot be with us in the flesh. Speaking of that, I want to introduce you to my daughters. This is Yirsa and Joran. You see these two slightly dwarvish girls, red hair. I have to say, I've had time to get back to Runheim. As much as I don't like the woods harvested, this proved a pretty penny, and most villagers wouldn't make it into the sheltering wood after the issues with the elves.
Have they been giving anybody any trouble?
They don't come to the outskirts. I had made some offerings, even some of the gold that I got from the village, in all of your names. They don't believe in the Were Guild, but they do understand customs and thought. We don't have enough access to effectively forage, but a few maintained game trails have proven sufficient. But if we make it through this winter, I don't know if it'll be tenable.
I know that when we left, they didn't outright say anything. but it was implied that if we track down the spirit that we unleashed, it might be a lead into a better relationship.
Could be true.
And then I kind of explain like the spirit that we accidentally released, and if there's been any like sign of like that kind of spirit nearby. Has it taken up residence somewhere?
Not that I know. I've not heard of anything, unfortunately. It has been quiet, though. If you were able to handle that, that would be good. It would probably quiet factions that have called for a hunting party for Tiny Tusk. The news I get from the elven village. Wanting to get their true price. It's not widely supported, but my sources say that it grows.
I'm just like furiously writing all this down.
Another note, though. Something has been watching me across the river Halig. The bloody things stand stock still. They don't look like nothing more than shadows, but when I crossed to see them, they were gone. I was hoping maybe you and the other hairsayers might help me once more by crushing those things to gravel.
I'm sure we'll look into it. I'm thinking there's been a lot of uh things that need putting to rest that we left off before we left, but anything that that helps us ensure that we can survive the coming winter after last winter is important too. And who knows what this is.
Thanks to Braggy, everyone knows of how you defeated the Hurok last time, so they've been wary of statues. But I just hope they don't get any closer or braver. They haven't crossed into the village yet. Kind of puts a hand on one of his daughters. So, I notice you haven't danced yet, Griff.
Well.
Excellent, I thought so. And pushes his daughter to your arm. What does Griff do?
I think Griff would be cordial and dance with his daughters, but be very upfront that he is not on the marriage market.
I think you're going left. Sorry about father.
Griff will be like, he knows a little bit about fathers wanting the best for their daughters. Kind of, and he's thinking back to when he and Mana got married, and the interesting shovel talk that involved a lot of threatening of bodily harm. A lot of bodily harm. Explicit bodily harm.
Oh, okay.
But there are there are very many brave warriors, craftsmen, probably even a few singers in the clan.
All right.
Possibly even great sorcerers that named his.
All right, then Gorgana.
Corgana will share a few dances with Gondal. Gondal is as I understand it, and please correct me if I'm wrong, the sibling to Gunvar.
Yes, Grindol is, yeah.
Yeah. Grindal. Okay. Yes. Wait. Am I dancing with Gondal or Grindal?
Sorry, Gondol. Sorry, Gondol is the
Oh.
brothers, is the sister, yes.
Okay. So, at some point, through this, we'll catch up with Gondal and respectfully hand his sister over to him and explain it is due to your brother that many people got to make it. Well, that's a number of people here would not have made it home without him. And how are you doing, Gunvar?
Gunvar looks at you. Time of the raids were good. I was glad I was of use.
More than, but you kept your head high. You kept others' heads attached to shoulders. You did well. From the sounds of things, your sister's had a little bit of a rough go at home, and I'm sure that she could use some familiarity. And then I will look to you, Gondal.
He does look, he seems extremely agitated, and you see where he should be celebrating. He kind of is avoiding people.
Gunvar. I knew her, sir, but we're here to be. This tribe wants to be helpful. You can speak your mind to me, and I will do what I can to make sure that it is heard or addressed to the best of my ability. What's going on? Or is this something you'd rather not speak about and run everyone else?
Oh, no, it's fine. My father has attracted some merchants to the village. They arrive in some weeks, 3, I think. Just some preoccupied. It's a bit of a shift, going from killing to wanting to kill the negotiations again.
I've heard that it's been jested before, but there are some contracts that are settled simply by wrestling with another, and the person who can put the other through a table gets what they want, and the other person agrees to the terms that are provided. Perhaps this could be a new negotiation tactic for you. But you face down death, and I can understand the boringness of meetings. But if that's all that's going on, fine. But if there's something else that you're worried about, my door is open. Well, I guess my woods are open to discussion.
Of
And
course.
the sooner we know about the problem, the sooner we can take care of it. Understood?
Yes, I understand.
Good. Now, pardon me, but I'm going to steal your sister for another dance or two, as it seems that we have a bit in common. And
Laughs.
you should go have some fun too. After all, if you go talk to Ranulph over there, tell him a few stories, I'm sure that you could find at least some entertainment to keep you busy before the next meeting you have to go off to. And that's
Yes.
an order. That's an
All
order.
right,
As your,
all right.
As your Ursa.
Ah! It goes. Begins it that way. All right. Let's see here. Next. Someone like to find somebody.
I'll go find Brenna.
Okay. You made Benner with her family. And she's there, son. She goes, "Where's Tiny? I was hoping she would have fun with one of them." No, I'm going to have fun with my husbands here, as the three of them are trying to hold her steady.
I'm sure she's around here somewhere.
Or some of them went on. 3 died. We've got 2 who returned. Did she make out with either of them?
I don't recall that she did, but I wasn't with her every second, so I can't say for sure.
You mean my sons would be something to brag about? Ah, I knew they couldn't seal the deal. One of you should have gone and made sure it happened.
Well, like I said, I'm sure she's around here somewhere. Maybe they should go try to find her. I'm sure she would appreciate that.
Oh, Sevis, see if you can't dance with Tiny Dusk. Go.
How are you doing?
Oh. Things are interesting. The two of us, me and Grindel, still here. Things been tense, I guess you could say. Nothing outright, thanks to your negotiations in spring. But, it's not been the best. But we find our way. think he, by the way, he's not the happiest. Though I am. You do me proud. You kept your words. I do see no thralls among you.
And it will continue to be that way. And in fact, our Cobalt friends, I'm not sure where they are right now, were of a great service during the raiding season.
Well, as long as they stopped raiding my pantry.
Yes. If they come back, let me know, or let one of us know. I doubt they will, since they've been keeping busy. But you never know. Old habits die hard sometimes.
Sounds like my son should have taken a note from them.
Maybe. You never know. Well, I'm glad that you all are doing well, and hopefully things will continue to be doing well. And if you need us, you know where to find us.
She nods. Of course. I'll let you know.
Go enjoy the festivities some more.
Yes, I'll tell you though, Breggy, is quite crestfallen.
Oh?
He had developed a bit of a crush, you see,
Oh.
on, Halleck.
Oh.
It's been, I think, been entertaining himself as trying to find a way to write a tale about her.
Well, I'll see what I can do to help that along.
She nods. Goes, well, thank you. That I would appreciate that.
Of course.
Good. Right. Well, Breggy might not be getting any tonight, but that doesn't mean I won't. Oh. I go, honey, you should be more sensitive. He's a venison. Who's next?
Can I go find Corgana?
So,
Corgana is at the moment very easily findable. As
dancing with Gondol.
as I'm assuming between Corgana and Gondol dancing, that there's probably a bit of a vacuum in one of the dancing.
That's the firelight coming off the silver and bronze scales as they go through.
Well, I meant more of that people just avoiding both of them from.
And I'm not going to avoid them. I'm going to let people know it's okay to talk to them. Corgana, can I talk to you for a moment?
He looks incredulously at Bjorg as if he's doing what he's supposed to. My apologies. Unfortunately, I must excuse myself to responsibilities. But I would like to talk to you again before the night is out. And provided that there's no issues, we'll bow and make his way with Bjorg.
Corgana, I'm sorry to drag you away from the festivities, but I was hoping to get your help with something.
Corgana starts reaching for their sword on their back.
Nope, nothing like that. I know that you're good with words, and I've just found out that Braggy had a crush on Helic.
Okay.
And I was hoping that you could aid him in coming up with a song in honor of her. Since you're good with words, maybe you could tell him some tales about her feats in battle that will help him write his song.
The village is going to want to hear about the summer as a whole. And while improvisation is not my best,
Well, I don't think it has to be finished tonight.
I mean, they're going to want tales this evening, and what better time than to give a overview, but I'll embellish a little bit if that helps you, Bjorg. Are you trying to sleep with this Braggy?
No, I want to make him. Why do you assume that I'm trying to sleep with everybody? Because I'm being nice to everybody.
I'm just... Spirits tend to get carried away. Are you not trying to sleep with anybody this evening, Bjorg?
At the moment, I hadn't really thought about it. I'm trying to determine how everybody's doing and helping where I can.
Bjorg, if you're trying to figure out who's doing what, don't you think that it would brighten some lovely man or woman's spirits to be able to say, I had a night with one of the Hersers?
I'm sure it will, but for now, this is the situation is, and I'll worry about that later. The night is young, and there is all night.
Indeed, Bjork, there is all night. I will see what I can do.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
This is gonna go so badly.
Drag hissed into it.
I guess I will go from there, though. And I will find one of the fires that is more populated by people. And Corgana will find like a log or something to stand upon and just start telling a tale that puts most of what happened in a positive light, honoring the sacrifices of others, the things, and embellishing a little bit when we get to the moments of Hellock and the things that she did for the clan and the people, and how she did her best both to protect and whatnot, and foretelling of the villain that, that whole aggrandizing the heroes and aggrandizing the villains to make them seem even more worse.
Nice.
And then afterwards, as Corgana doesn't know everybody in the village, make himself available for people who might want a moment with a Herser or feel that they have something that they need to talk about, be it about those that were lost, those that were still here, or those that have business with the clan that needs to be discussed, even though that they might want him to know.
Very good. Yeah, put all that down. You do see Braggy very enthusiastically. The orc is writing down everything he can about Hillock. Cries a bit and come up and say, "Thank you." Well, I really had nothing with Hillock, but he'd hoped to talked to her when she returned. I never thought that she wouldn't make it, I guess.
Halak was brave and bold and tried to be responsible with the lives of kin everywhere here. They had a spark that people took a liking to even before it began and were willing to do what was necessary. I could see why she might inspire something of the like in you because many saw her as something to aspire to. But though she is not here, you can still carry her memory of being that inspiration, of being a leader, of being something to believe in even when things are scary and everything is on the line. To be bold, to take what you want, to take what you need for yourself and for others. She would not want you to live in that memory at the expense of the moment of what might be a cost now of those possibilities.
I see. She'd want me to write my poem and find a new woman to woo, of course. Of course.
I saw Alvis
Possibilities, yes.
use that as an inspiration for the type of woman you want to be with and what you deserve. And I saw Griff talking over to Alvis earlier, and he had 2 daughters. Griff is only one man, 2 daughters.
Indeed.
Remember the dead, but live. And I mean, maybe you're man
true.
enough for.
I mean, he
for
could
2
have
daughters.
both if he wanted. I mean, I don't. He's a great hairstyle, but if he's, man,
Sometimes
I
maybe
don't.
it's
I don't
fine.
know. I don't want to compete.
We compete in battle. Would not Halleck want you to compete in love?
In her name, I would be warlike in my pursuits. Of course.
Go get him.
Which is also funny because I feel like Corgana would know that Griff has sworn to never take another spouse.
Corgana is trying to solve multiple problems here. And so, since Griff took the bullet of talking to Alvis for Corgana, Corgana is trying to both make this person feel great about themselves and take away the bullet for Griff.
Yes.
Corgana the wingman.
Absolutely amazing. All right. Do the next one.
Well, Asphalt is going to want to talk to Mardal, I think. But on the way, was the conversation Corgana was having with Braggy private, or is there a chance Asphalt could have overheard?
Corgana, unless Braggy dragged Corgana away, Corgana was at least at this bonfire holding court to an extent.
I see.
So it might have been like they were having a one-on-one conversation, but it was still like in a way that Corgana was accessible and visible, as Corgana has been encouraged to be visible for the evening.
Gotcha. So I think then in passing, as Asphalt is walking around trying to find Mardal, she would pass by Corgana and sort of just put her hand on Corgana's elbow and just really quietly say I know a lot of that was a performance, and I know you were putting on a show for some benefit, but I do think that advice was sound. Remember the dead, but live. And then she'll keep walking to try and find Mardal.
All right. Yeah, you do see I see Maro looking very tired, but sitting back a little ways with Asa holding her hand.
I'm gonna do a swift 180 and give them their moment. That's fine. We don't have to talk. We'll talk some other time.
You try to,
I do.
and she drops Asa's hand and comes running over to you. Asphalt! How was the ship? Did they work?
The ships were really good, Mardal. Not even one of them sank. They were all four were fantastic. And also this one here, the Ship of the Dead, is beautiful, but not as beautiful as some other people who are here. So I can excuse myself. Wink.
Well, I mean, yeah. But if it's not the first day we held hands. I no, but you made it through. You were okay. I heard you died for 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah, I did do that, but well, Griff saved me quite a few times.
Good. God, the ships did well, and I guess I'll. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I told you before we left that I wasn't going to do anything because of her and her memory, and I don't even know. I feel like, am I just taking advantage?
What? Wait, sorry. Walk me through your thought process there.
Well, Asa isn't really Asa. Like, right? She doesn't have her memories, and she might get them back. And what if, like, her real self didn't like me? Maybe her real self didn't even like girls. Like, I don't even know. And then,
Marl, I
but this
think you're
other
over.
self, I
Yeah, hold
took
on. Wait.
advantage. And,
Rein it in. Rein it in, Mardal. All
okay,
this overthinking. You could say that about anybody. I mean, no matter who Asa was, she could wake up tomorrow and maybe not like you back. These are just the risks you take when you have feelings for somebody. This is normal, and you're not taking advantage.
right. What if the other, if like when she regains her memory, she knows she's the other Asa, and that other Asa now hates me because I should have waited, or
All this weight that you're carrying, Mardal, I mean, you're not the only one in this relationship. Talk to Asa.
you know,
She shares in these decisions with you.
right? This is this Asa. What a, I understand. And I mean, she was holding my hand. Did you see?
I did see.
Oh,
I think the what ifs. I had a teacher back in my other clan who told me that as soon as a thought starts with what if, that's anxiety talking. That is not reality.
oh, okay. And I shirtless anxiety.
Well, I mean, you listen, but you don't have to do anything about it. You just listen and you
Right.
examine and you ask yourself, is it realistic? And then you talk to Asa about it.
Hmm. I guess Asa did say that maybe we should just, that for now maybe we swim in the ocean that's here and not worry about the next sea until it comes.
Well, that sounds way more wise version of what I was trying to say. You should listen to that one.
I know, I just.
And look, you guys are holding hands.
It's true.
That's magical.
But you're right. I mean, I see those who lost loved ones, and we don't know what comes tomorrow, I guess. Lost to a new memory or lost at war, there's not much of a difference, I suppose.
No, there really isn't.
Okay, she hugs you again. Thanks, Asphalt.
Oh, yeah, your Hersers are here for you and the clown.
Oh, good. But I should say, anyone that you have your eyes on, you're Hersa, you could probably get anyone tonight.
Oh gosh, no. That's not really. I don't know about all that. That's I
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying.
No,
There's
I
a
mean
lot
I'm
of
okay.
medicine.
There sure is.
I could get a few over here.
Okay, I'm just gonna excuse myself politely. You guys have a good night.
Okay.
Remember
Or more.
be safe.
Starts laughing.
Anyway.
All right. Now to look on the next. Is for Griff or Hist?
There's no one in
I think I'm good.
the same.
Alrighty.
Before the night is over, Griff pours one out for the boys. There we go. There's something.
Very good. I think then Griff, as you pour one out, Ronald will come over. And go, hey, I just want to say thank you for trusting me with the village.
This was the kid, right?
Yeah, Skull Crusher.
Yeah. You did well, keeping everybody safe while we were away. And it was rough out there. Our first raid as a clan. But our experience we will apply everything we've learned for the next year. And I think next year's raid, it would be good to have you by our side.
Indeed. So, did you know about the chief's hoard of the weapons and armor?
Who said that?
Huh. I would have put it to much better use than he did, I think, but anyway. I thought you knew. I thought everyone knew about that.
I would like to insight him specifically on 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 what he feel like what he's feeling from like the idea that I, a herser, don't know what he's talking about.
Okay, give me an insight check.
24.
How he feels about that? Kind of giving him this idea of that if you really didn't know about it, then this corruption by the chief is worse than he thought and could only be bad.
But does it seem like he's pulling away to leave, kind of?
No.
Okay. That I would tell him, like, I know that on our way back we were discussing some of what we could use of the things we acquired. Granted, we've put everything, we as in Hersers, have put everything forth from the whatever it's called, the funeral thingy. Obviously Griff would know the right word. I do not. My brain. But we will look into this.
Okay. Just there's talk that he hoarded rare artifacts from the raid. The secret plunder no one will see. It's been a little hard to hear for those of us who are holding down the fort. Anyway, I believe that you'll look into it, I guess. I don't know. It looks kind of a very not sure how he should feel. And excuses himself. Among other things going on, you do see Ricard Jarnsberg, who's examining the weapons that he had made for everybody, and putting out invitations to you and others to come by his expanded forge. And then Sven is out and about as well, telling everyone how the Raven of Scare was legendary in Thrall, and he never thought he'd have the chance to meet them. And I could save his last life in battle. I am privileged. In and about. Then I would say of one more. I would say, watching all of it, one figure you'd spy here is the hunter Mildrith Quickshot, who had helped you look at a few things last time and hunt, especially for a Gondol.
After the words of Asphalt to Corgana, his face would have, after a moment, his excitement and exuberance would have died a little bit, and needing to pardon himself from the groupings. Corgana would find their way over to a wonderful distraction: implements of violence.
Oh, to Mildreth?
You said Rickyard was.
Rickyard, yeah, to Rickyard, yeah. Yeah, as he looks, he goes, please? Like, he looks at you, he's like, armor good? Weapon good?
I don't have any armor, so no to that.
Oh, sorry, I'm just... How did everything do? Held up good?
Everybody else brought back as many people as we could. Your reinforcements to the ships were helpful. Griff found few holes in their armor and was a lifesaver with the shield that you gave, and you crafted from the scale. A real big lifesaver, to be honest, considering a few moments that I don't think that any of the Hearsters might have made it home, but through some of the leadership through the others did quite well. So thank you for helping keep us safe. What you got going on here over the summer? What you accomplish?
Yes, I expanded the forge. It's looking good.
How did the hammer treat you?
That was indeed amazing. I never got spoiled what's done in my life. Almost melts at the touch.
Good. Everyone here safe? Secure? Keeping things together here beyond this expansion, it sounds like?
Yes, for the most part, we've had Rano had us put up more defenses.
Okay.
Palisades, some spike pits, doing a lot of work for that. Said that you all would probably have more to do for me to do when you got back.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever get that blade that Bjorg was looking for finished in all of this?
Yeah, I did actually.
You know, she hasn't figured out what she's doing with her all of her night. Maybe you could give her your sword.
Oh, yeah, I could go and see. Yeah.
I'm sure she'd be mightily impressed by your armaments.
Indeed.
So, well, I'm glad to see that things are looking up good here. And I might need some fine-tuning with the blade my wife made me in the future. We'll talk later, but for the moment, yeah, go find Bjorg. I think it would be a great opportunity for you. She probably could use some help with figuring out the best ways to configure her armor and make it a bit more durable, because she was getting poked all of the time while out and about, and so maybe, you know...
Oh my goodness, Oscar, take it off at once. I will go over there. Thanks.
Good man. Go have fun. And Corgana will clap him on the back and then use this to find some quiet time for themselves for a bit.
Sure. And I'm not necessarily going to roleplay that one out, but that's where it's up to.
Corgana is the best wingman.
Amazing. All right. Any other?
Does Griff tell the rest of us about the conversation with Ronald?
I would at some point gather you guys.
All right. I think before we get to that, let's go ahead and take our break. Then we will come back.
Good plan. Good plan.
Saturday. So, back. Griff,
Yes.
before all of you get together,
Oh no. What's gonna
you
happen?
see the young woman, female hunter Mildred, quick shot, does come up to you.
Okay.
She comes. So, did you find any new food? Please tell me you found new food. Brought something back that's tasty.
No, but I did catch
No.
some
Wh-
sizable fish while we were traveling, but
New fish?
could I roll to see if they were new fish?
Yeah.
What do you want me to roll? Nature check?
Let's do a nature check. We need a 15 for new fish.
Oh, that was so close. 7. It was a 17 and then it rolled right on over.
You're not really good for anything except dashing hearts, are you?
I'm sorry.
You don't even know what you did. And
No,
you're
I
sorry.
don't.
Yeah, that's the type of hair sayer you are? You say sorry for things you don't know? Apologies that aren't worth anything?
How exactly have I wronged you?
Ah! She starts to walk away.
Griff honestly does not remember. I honestly don't remember. I didn't promise her. I know I didn't promise her any kind of romantic entanglement.
No, you didn't. Griff doesn't know what is going on. And Molly is not missing anything.
Okay.
Probably. But she knows. See her walk by Braggy, who's eating meat. You don't need that anymore. And she grabs a leg of beef and takes his meat and is walking around, walking by.
Corgana.
Yes, Griff.
Do you know what's wrong with her?
I think she wanted the meat, Griff. And not by just any meat. Your meat.
Why?
Because winter is coming, and well, there's only so many things you get to do in the winter, Griff. And so sometimes you need something or someone to do during winter. And well, technically you have no physical obligations to not have someone or something to do. People see that as an entitlement and even perhaps a blessing for the clan that you should be doing someone for the well-being of the clan as it was your duty. That's why I asked what our non-spoken obligations were for the evening. Does that help paint a picture for you?
Yes. Yes, it does.
What does Mana think about this whole situation?
Mana's laughing her ass off, currently. And, right. Barring all of
So
that.
right at this moment, you see the hands of Mana grab your face and turn them towards Mildred. And as the fire in the silhouette here, you can see a little bit of a bump on her belly.
Huh. Oh, right. Oh.
Really matters your passive perception.
Yeah.
Did you do something sometime?
No, I did not. But I definitely think that somebody that we took with us might have. And needless to say, they might not be with us any longer.
Okay, so are you now being an adoptive parent? Or do you think that was just a craving from... Oh.
I think as the ones who ultimately led so many into battle, many of whom did not survive, we in some fashion have an obligation to ensure that our people and the future people of our clan are supported.
I'll go tell Alvis that you'd like to meet one of their daughters then.
That's not what I mean.
You said
Anyway,
an obligation.
Anyway, Corcana, there's other things that we have to deal with too. Can you go find Bjorg, and I'll go find Asphalt and Hist.
Are you sending me out to go find Bjork because we have to silently go kill somebody? Or I just want to avoid a ship situation again? Just wanting to...
So hopefully we don't have... I don't think we have to kill anybody. It's just somebody brought something to my attention that we might have to investigate. And honestly, I knew that there were going to be issues during autumn when we got back, but I didn't think they'd be this soon. But
I'm surprised they didn't start sooner.
Herser's work is never done, it seems.
Yes, I will go find Bjorg, although considering the last conversation I had, Bjorg might need like an hour or two and might not take kindly to being intruded upon. I had told the blacksmith that they should give Bjorg Bjorg's sword and expect their armor for any vulnerabilities. So, if she gets mad, I'm just gonna blame you.
Hook
Okay?
Bjorg up with the blacksmith?
I mean, Bjorg seems to be someone who would appreciate someone good with their hands.
Most thieves are.
So, but sure, if she gets mad at me, though, I'm blaming you.
What? What do you... Corgana, I'm saying that as Corgana's like walking away. Grip kind of just like throws up his hands and goes to find Asphalt and Hist.
Hist!
Before Griff shows up.
Hist!
Yes.
Mildred is acting really strange. What are the odds that she's been possessed by an elf? It's happened before!
Well, I still think doesn't mean that makes the odds very high, but it doesn't mean it's impossible, I guess. What do you mean she's acting strange?
like herself. And we missed it that one time with Tiny, when Tiny was possessed. I don't want to miss it again.
Maybe we should try to monitor her.
Yeah, she's irritable and eating a lot.
I guess. Let me check real quick. 1 sec, sorry. Actually, might have. I could try to see if she's possessed.
How would you know?
I could cast it like above table. I could cast identify, and it would tell me if that she was magical.
I think that would be a little obvious. We don't want them to know we're on to them.
I mean, that is true. And then I suppose we should just keep our eye on them. Make sure we monitor their movements and where they go. Make sure they're never really alone.
Right. Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
We could always bring them with us.
Just like
Keep an eye.
around all the time.
Yeah, to keep an eye on them. If we're that concerned.
Maybe. I wonder if Sven had anything to do with it.
I don't think so. I could
Still,
be
I don't
wrong,
trust that one.
but I don't think he quite has the capabilities to do this. To do what you say.
All right, we'll just observe for now. That's good strategic thinking, Hiss. You're thinking like a real herser.
No problem. And thank you. I think.
All right.
Asphalt, there you are. Hissed, you too.
Oh, yes.
So there may be a bit of a situation.
Just because I wanted to check, do you feel like Briorg would be involved in this?
Be involved in what?
The conversation, because they're about to basically talk about the conversation about somebody overhearing or the rumors and stuff.
Yeah, she would participate.
Oh, Corgana doesn't get to find Bjorg. Okay.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know what Berg would be doing. So I didn't know what they wanted to do. So, the two of you could return. So you could continue. So Gajan and Bjorg can be there.
Wonderful. Everybody's here. Okay. This way. We all move away, out of earshot. Nobody is there.
I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Corgana wanted a scene getting Bjorg real quick.
Corgana's more intrigued on if they intrude upon Bjorg, having a mouth-to-mouth conversation with the blacksmith. That's all. Otherwise, I'm good.
Okay, sorry, I just thought you did. I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're good. I will figure that out with Bjorg on the side. It's fine. So, well, yeah.
So, I forget his name. I didn't write it down. Why did I not write it down?
Ranulf?
Ranulf told me that apparently there is a rumor that Chief Froffin might have scurried away some relics or weapons or something of the sort. Um, without our knowledge.
That's fucking stupid.
Well,
And
go on, sorry.
I don't exactly know whether or not this is true, which without our knowledge part.
Well,
But
I feel like
additionally, I know we've been a little bit suspicious of Sven, and Sven definitely seems to be very happy to be here. Perhaps they're part of it. Not 100% sure. But I do know we were supposed to present everything as part of like the funeral right before we determine who gets what spoils.
I see. Can we not approach the chief privately and confront him about said rumors?
We could.
We don't need to accuse. We might as well just inform.
I think that.
But I also think that. Sorry.
Go ahead, Griff.
I also think that perhaps the previous disagreement with Sven might have colored our relationship a bit.
That's why I say we don't accuse, merely to inform and preview his reaction.
Okay, I can't hold it in anymore. I think that the elves are possessing people, and I think it's Sven's fault. I think that they possessed Mildred, and I think maybe they possessed the chief to steal stuff.
Asshole,
Sven?
why do you think they possessed people?
Well, Mildred was acting weird, and and they possessed Tiny, and we missed it. And I don't want to miss it again.
Asphalt. Mildred's acting weird because Griff is a baby daddy.
I'm not the baby daddy. I never slept with Mildred.
Well, but it could also be that she just has cravings. But Sven just got here, and there's no way that. That seems. I think Hist is right that we talked to the chief about it, but one, if he is putting things to the side, it's possible that they may found things that are too dangerous or that they know the clan needs. Two, could just be jealousy as people get I believe the term is loot hungry and jealous and want spoils for themselves or such. Three, I think it's preposterous as we're on ships and all in close quarters, even the chief, for them to really hide anything on our voyages. So if they're hiding it here, considering how rough and everything's been, perhaps there's a rainy day in case things went really wrong and have to. Or fourth, that it's relics from their time raiding that they earned, that they bled for, and it's theirs. Just because we have things that are communal or the desires for all of us to succeed does not mean that we can't have things of our own. Like, I would be greatly offended if someone felt they had an obligation to my sword, to the point that I'd probably could chop their hands off with it as I gave it to them. But I think just a probing the question, poking the conversation in a way that, hey, Chief, there's apparently a rumor going around that says you have X, and you should address it, as you've been very forthright and forthcoming thus far. You've earned that will, you've earned that right. And yeah, I unlike Sven, I think the chief has been very open.
I believe you about the chief, but what if that isn't the chief?
Well, I'm sure there are ways I could detect whether or not he's possessed.
His had a way, but it seemed kind of invasive. I mean, if the chief was really the chief, maybe he would just let his do it.
Only way we can do is to ask. So perhaps we should just pull the chief off before we go forward to present everything, and the honoring bonfire start. So that way, it's good for everybody. And then Bjork can return to her date.
Bjork, you went on a date?
No. I think Corgana's the one that has a date.
I don't have a date.
Oh?
No. I have a discussion.
You're not taking Gondol out on a date?
It's a discussion, Bjork.
Uh-huh. Sure. That's what you need to tell yourself.
And you need to... yeah, I'll just let you and the blacksmith figure out how they're going to take your armor off so they can inspect it for holes.
Oh, is that what he was trying to do? Uh-huh.
Oh, he also was keen to show you his sword that he made for you over the summer.
Really?
It's okay to have some fun, Bjork, but fair enough. We should go take care of this.
Yes.
Asphalt leans over to Hist. There is some crazy energy going on around here that was not present on the raids.
I don't detect any other energies. Magical, at least.
You're really good to have around, Hist.
Thank you.
To the chief.
All right, so you go as you go to find the chief. It seems, looks at you. Ah, there's. Oh, I was just about to get ready for my speech. How can I help you?
Chief, in speaking with both those present for the summer and those who stayed at home, things seem to be faring progressively well here at home, which is good considering how hard winters can be. However, in speaking with them, there was a particular matter that was disconcerting. that we wanted to assure people that we would look into.
Oh, certainly.
That being that there's a big giant eye roll is that you're hiding things, that you had spoils and relics of some sort, which from raiding would be ridiculous considering how close everyone is on the ships. And that if you had things here, that if you held things in reserve, was either for the tribe's own benefit or were your own personal effects.
Looks. I lost my wife in the winter. I would hold nothing from this clan we gave it for. Nothing has been held, Korgana.
That's what I said as well.
Can I insight check him?
I was gonna also incite.
Yeah, go for it.
26.
Woo-hoo.
Mine's less, but 21.
Woo.
All right, looking. Eyes are locked. He seems earnest, very upset over the accusation and what it would mean, but kind of trying to hold things together. You don't say detect treachery.
Again, what I said, Chief. You've tried to run this as honest and above board that compared to where you and I have both been. And that there's been great suffering, and you're not a chieftain who wants people to suffer needlessly. I think that it would be beneficial, though if not speaking directly to this rumor, as ugly as it is, for you to display your convictions that you are here for them and we should all be here for each other, and that is how we will survive and that is how we will thrive. But I don't have any foundations in this rumor myself. But because it's such a rumor and how people get after with these festivities, that addressing it even if discreetly might be beneficial for everybody.
Indeed. I'll take it under advisement. Certainly. And I forget, he kind of goes over. You see that Sven has been kind of in the shadows a little bit. Goes, I want to make sure all of you knew that I have decided Sven is my new bodyguard. The valor he showed in the raids, truly magnificent. I think of no one than the man who saved my life to guard it.
Korgana just looks at all of the other hearses.
Asphalt's eye is twitching.
Nobody else? Korgana's going to say the silent part out loud.
I will do my best to protect the chief.
As we have reason to be watchful of dissent among the ranks, I hope that you both will permit her Sir Hist to just make sure security is of tip-top shape and make sure we are alone here in this tent.
And Asphalt will kind of push Hist towards the two folks, hoping that Hist will cast Identify on them.
It
He
takes
will.
a minute. It's a minute of casting. All right.
Well,
so
I hope that they will willingly subject, be
Okay.
willing to sit
I'll
for
go.
it.
Fine. Looks a little bit. I know, Sven. Ooh, magic isn't the most reliable, but the Hairsters have earned our trust. Of course.
And
Who
there's
do you
been a
want to-
spirit possessing people over the spring.
Who wants to? Who do you want to identify? Hist.
I guess Sven's gonna be one of them. I already did that. Didn't I?
I don't remember. You just tell me who you want to do first. I mean, that would be just the.
You did
That's
detect
all right.
magic around Sven.
Sorry, what
That's
did you?
what you did, yeah.
So what was that?
You had done detect magic. You didn't do identify.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that on Sven
Okay.
first.
Let's identify. And no information comes back.
What was the other person's name again?
Raffin? Chief Raffin?
Yeah, it was the chief. Oh, I thought it was the other person. Then I'll also do the chief.
Okay, you check. And no magic comes back, no spells or anything on Chief Raven.
Viv, Miz just walks back and leans over to Asphalt. We're good.
Asphalt looks visibly shameful.
Though as you identify Sven, he will go close to you. And he'll just go, "Hey, I appreciate this. Seriously though, watch out for the chief this season." As you complete the spell, and he kind of goes back and smiles.
It just like doesn't move at all. While continuing to do this.
All right. So you've done the 2 identifies and reported your results to Asphalt.
Mm-hmm.
How can we help you with the rest of this for the evening, Raffin?
Prepare the spoils. And
shoot a glare at Sven and do as told.
all right. Then Chief Scare holds aloft a burning torch as he calls out, Heed my words! At that, the crowd moves to get a good look at him and the ship. He continues, It is now time for the ship to burn. This pyre ushers all those who died in glorious battle to the hereafter. Before it will lay the spoils that they helped win. And he gestures to a plinth set between the ship and Raffensheim, and waits for you to place the summer spoils.
During this, can I kind of like look out at the crowd and see who else might be of like the mindset or have heard the rumors about the restricted like the secret keeping of goods or whatnot, and like might be people to look out for?
All right, give me an insight check.
21.
Anyone? Yeah. 3-1. The way that some are looking, you wonder if maybe a little less than half have heard this or something similar.
Griff will note that, because knowing how many people are subject to the rumors helps when combating them.
All right. And you lay out your spoils?
Yes.
For the purposes of this, the magic items that we found as plunder and then decided to keep? Is that just, you know, part of the job, or is that...
Yeah, that's fine. You're good.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. You lay it out upon the plinth, and those of Ragval bellow with pride, stomping their feet, pounding axes and shields. Others are banging drums and clapping hands in celebration of the grand hall. I've never seen such a thing! Oh, hersers! The chief begins. Goes, they were fearless against the mages of Erfurt, strong in their commitment to make good on their warrior sacrifice to feed all of you. They set loose the caged elementals, demons, and animals of the city to wreak havoc. Asphalt boldly burst doors down, using himself to keep his fellow Hersairs safe. The magic of Griff and his forever wife always having his back, keeping things moving forever, keeping them alive. His strategy and knowledge pierced the toughest of the walls. Bjorg, ruthless and bloody, saw many heads fly through the air, took and made a statement. I saw warriors run and hide from their ferocity. And Kurgana, oh, he knows who is valuable. He could see plans begin to fail and burn, much like the homes of our enemies. But he found those who needed his help, uplifted them, and through his quick thinking, found all of our Hersairs safe. Yes. Yes. He goes on, and of course, Hillock died bravely at Erfurt's gates. And goes on, but there's the things, and of course, on our way back, we had the chance to celebrate the young love of two of our clan, as they were married on the boats by Griff themselves. Brings a young couple forward. It has been a good season. Now, enjoy this night in their honor. Their glory earns them all celebration and all remembrance. With that, he lifts his torch onto a prominent spot of pitch on the ship, which immediately ignites. The crowd murmurs prayers, and a few cry out names of fallen warriors. In short order, the whole ship is aflame. With that, you return to your beds, or is there anything else you'd like to do?
I think before we go to bed, Griff is gonna find Mildred and speak with her about her pregnancy.
Okay.
privately.
Okay. You find her. She looks a little sad. Looks like she's got herself a few different types of food at this point. Looks at you. I'm sorry I exploded on you. I was a bit upset.
It's all right. Who was the father?
The man you conducted that ceremony for on the ship.
Oh,
He didn't know. I didn't know when you all left. I was excited to tell him. But there they were. Their wrists fasted. And she was telling everyone what happened. It wasn't your fault. There was a lot going on.
well, you have plenty of options, Mildred, and whatever you decide, barring bodily harm to anybody.
No. I wish them the best. I mean that. Listen, I don't want you to think bad of him. We were hunting one night. We weren't an item. I didn't expect anything from him during the raids. I just didn't also expect him to come back married, I guess. But I don't know. Who would take responsibility for this? That's a lot. And winter's coming. That type of strain on the clan. And if I make it public, they want to know who in their... I don't want to hurt his life because of a night of passion in the woods.
A little, well, something I think that we could bring here is that back in Clan Lugiri, everybody truly contributed to the survival of each other. And I think after such a hard winter, we laid the foundations for that. And that perhaps that could be something we could continue, that we all push to help each other survive. And we have plans to try to negotiate back into our usual hunting grounds. We have plans to figure out what peace we can make with the elves in the woods. And honestly, Mildred, it isn't anybody's decision whether or not who the father is or who the parents are other than you.
Right. I'll think on it. I just. Not everyone has noticed just yet. Sorry, I was going to announce it to you and all the hairsayers first. I think that's why you were the target of my thing. But I don't know. If it's discovered, he's going to know, and what is that going to do between him and I don't know. I have a lot to think about, I guess. But thank you.
I don't necessarily speak for everybody, but whatever you decide, you have my support.
She puts both hands on your wrist, clasps it tightly. Thank you. Thank you, Griff.
And then Griff politely excuses himself and then goes off to wherever we go to sleep.
All right.
During that, could I have gone to talk to Sven privately?
Yes.
Cool. Then he'll go and find Sven try to talk to him when he's also completely when they're just completely alone.
Yeah, Sven would be in Raffensheim, and I would say at this point, is it's been given a home near the main hut of Chief Raffen of Scare. He's outside. He goes, "Oh, here, sir. Good to see you again. And if everything all right?"
Oh, yes. I was just hoping we could have a chat, if you don't mind.
He comes and he kind of broadens his shoulders, and you see the insignia of the Regval clan on him. You can see he's been made an official clan member.
Hiss just stares at him motionless. And when I say motionless, most people naturally have a little bit of sway to them, even when they're standing still. Hiss doesn't. He just doesn't move at all. He's a statue.
Yeah. So you approach it. Make sure you see it as of what kind of happened on the boat incident before he now is under the full protection of the laws.
Yeah, his just shows no sign of reacting.
Of course. So what do you need? What's wrong?
Oh, I was just curious about what you said to me earlier, and I would like you to elaborate on why you feel this way.
No, just want to watch out for the chief. Got a lot on his mind, and he's just been talking about his plans and where things need to go next. I think a lot of stuff's happening, and don't need. I mean, the rumors that have been going around. Someone actually told one to me, and it worries me. He believes he's such a great warrior, and of course he is. He's the Raven of Scare, but I just, maybe I'm just looking for some help. I mean, my first bodyguard position and all.
Yes, I'm more than happy to help you with any predicament you are in. After all, we are all in this together. That's why I'm asking what you need of me.
Of course. I guess just I mean, see if anything is going against him. If you hear anything about plots or he was fighting there. We come back to rumors. It's crazy. Don't know who's conspiring against him.
Where'd you hear your rumor from, and what was it, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, it's that he when he went in the in Erefurt that he had found his own private relics or something and had his own treasures from that raid. I didn't have anything when I found them. But that's probably the biggest one. As far as from whom, I don't know everyone's name. I more overheard others talking about it. I don't think even so was talking. They've yet to totally warmly welcome me yet.
That's fair. I can't say I'm much very popular among the clan. Well, if you do see anyone spreading the rumors, do let me know. Maybe we can at least follow up and follow down a chain.
I will.
If you get a name.
I'll let you know.
Then he'll just turn around and leave.
Anything else for the night?
Corgana would go and seek out Grondel.
Okay. Having fun at the meteorite?
Fun is debatable. Because again, I was present for the conversation where they felt alone.
Okay. So are you trying to talk to Grundle?
Corgana would try and talk to Grondel because they have a shared sense of lack of community.
Okay.
And being outsiders. And Corgana did mean it when they said they wanted to have a conversation.
Yeah. No, and Gondor she'll sit out. You can see that she's fairly outdoorsy a little bit, especially now after her predicaments. And yeah, can talk into the night.
Corgana will talk.
Okay. All right, anything else? Very good. So, now, Velikins, the morning comes. You have your week ahead of you. You wake up to the ship still burning. As it will burn for the next 7 days. As this is a week of mourning, the hall is to remain out in the view of everyone. There are guards there, but this anything. What is it? The thing that you as a group want to explore this week?
I would put forth either one, investigating the the tracking down that spirit to try and mend our ties with the elves, or investigating the rumors being spread about Hrafn. Those are the two things Griff finds the most important. What does everybody else think?
I think Asphalt kind of agrees, a bit reluctantly though, because Asphalt doesn't want to forget about helping Asa, but these two things sound very important and kind of pressing, so.
Let's get Ranulph's ass in here and talk to Ranulph.
Okay. So, is that good for everyone? I don't know. I know Julian. Unless I haven't totally talked.
Yeah, I'm fine with those two items.
Right. Sounds good.
Oh, sorry.
Bless you.
All right, let me just try to find anything on this. Okay. Fair enough. All right, so you go around and you find Rano. He's very. I mean, you don't have to say much for him to come running. He goes, "Sarah's here and ready for duty."
How was your summer? It sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself in the responsibility we left you.
Indeed, I tried to do my very best. I kept. There's a few incursions, but we were able to repel, and I fought as bravely as I could, Herr Saris.
Oh, it seems you did more than just fight. You made some leadership decisions. It grew on you, it sounds like.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, you know, part of those responsibilities that grow as you become more respected and renowned is trying to ensure that peace and stability is there for the clan. And I know you meant nothing ill in bringing up the things that you had heard, but where did those rumors come from? Where did you hear them?
Oh, yes, Kella was the one who talked to me when I came back. Sorry, when we were here.
Kella. And what did you tell her about it? Or did you just simply choose to spread it through the evening?
I only talked to all of you because I was curious.
Okay. But what did you tell Kella?
I said that I didn't see anything like that. So I said I couldn't imagine that there would be anything like that they would do. It doesn't make sense, and if there was, then the hairsayers would know, and of course there'd probably be a good reason for it. And it was hard because of anyone that had died, but it's what it was kind of morning. She was very upset, and you know, she ugly cries.
There's no such thing as ugly crying.
You have not met Kella.
people have feelings, and how they feel is how they feel, be they big or small. But I will let that go for the moment, and simply just ask if people bring it up that you have, as people now respect you, that you've brought it to us, and we've spoken about it with Raffin, and done our own looking into it, and that's why we're trying to help. So we would greatly appreciate, for those that inquire it of you, that you let them know that the rumors are unfounded, and that the chief took our inquiries as well directly to them, that they're hurt a bit by the fact that people would think such of them, considering that they lost things too in the winter, and that they would have given things to make sure that what they lost and what others have lost did not need to happen unless absolutely necessary.
I would definitely do that.
But
I went by Keller's earlier today for something else, and she's no one saw her since last night. And I looked in a lot of places where sometimes people go when they haven't been seen, but I didn't find her among those people.
On a totally unrelated, not related even a little bit note, I'm pivoting. And since you're, a leader now among our people, especially the warriors, I was just curious how you've been enjoying working, sort of tangentially related to the chief's new bodyguard, Sven. How has that been?
Oh, Sven? He seems really good. He was showing me a few throws when he came back. It was really nice. He kind of knows what he's doing.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. Okay. So also, there's been she's the third person to go missing the last few days. I mean,
Who else has gone missing?
I'm on the case. I'm just kind of stumped.
Who else has gone missing?
We should probably go to Yarn's kegs. Several of his friends, mutual, have vanished.
Do we know?
Well, let's
Kella
see if there's
from anything else?
This is Ricard.
sorry, Molly.
Unless we have anything else to ask him, Griff would probably put forth that we should go and figure out about Yarnska's friends and see if there's like a connecting factor.
Above table, do we know Kella from anything else? Do we know what she does in the clan, or what she did in the clan?
No, you haven't run into her yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, Griff, I agree.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. You see the new expanded smithy, and Rigard is looking extremely tired, looks understaffed, very stressed than you've ever seen him. As he goes, Renault, did you bother them? Listen, Hasters, I didn't want to cause a fuss. I thought it was just my apprentices being youngsters, running off into the woods for some fun, having a drink, seeing a lover, joining to another clan. None of them have parents, orphans of wars and raids. It only makes sense they'd have a taste for adventure, but it's been too long. They've been vanishing one by one for 3 weeks. And then Kella this morning. This ain't right.
Where were they all last seen?
I don't know, they all eat together and sleep in the living quarters next door. So I think they all went to bed, at least what I know of that night. They had signed the sheet to go in. And they weren't there.
So they're all Rickard's apprentices.
These three.
Okay.
Each one was in a foul mood. But, man, I didn't pry into it.
Were they craving food? A lot?
None in particular.
Hmm.
Rickard, question for you. What's your relationship with the Gunvalds?
That's Sven's family, right?
Gondel and
Okay, yeah. Gunvald. Okay, yeah.
the one who were complaining that they were going to have mercantile meetings.
Right. With Grindelson. Yeah.
Yeah, the Grindelson. Sorry, thank you.
I mean, besides calling my goods half rate and good for a no name clan, great.
I spoke with both Gondel and her brother last night. They seemed concerned about their father and some business meetings that were going to be coming up. Has he ever tried to physically remove you from competition for his mercantile deals?
Not that I know of. I did hear that, though. He was bragging to the chief all night in front of everyone that he had made some good ways and that his merchant friends were going to come and set up shop or something. And how good it was, as well as he made a big deal that there were no thralls, saying that our civilization was doomed because we wouldn't do it. He said there should have been at least 200 brought back.
Everyone's an armchair reader. But
believe me, I know that the sort enough to know that it's not easy. But that's all I really heard from that. And
did your apprentices have any proclivities that they wouldn't necessarily, like places they like to go or drink or just disappear off to? As you said, boys will be boys.
I mean, not from the normal. Like I said, I mean, I run my apprentices usually for the orphans. So, like I said, they run out and do all types. I thought again, sometimes going a day or two in another clan to cause some hell and come back, but it says not this long.
All right. Do you have replacements in mind? And if you do, can you keep them a bit close at hand?
Sure.
Because winter's coming and your work still needs to get done.
Yes. I don't know if I can find any more, but I'll keep moving. I have orders to fill, so feel free to look around anywhere you want.
Oh, we brought some new people with us. Maybe they'll have skills.
Speaking of looking around, could you point us in the direction of like their quarters or where their personal effects might have been?
It's right next door.
Okay.
All right. So what would y'all like to do?
I'm ready to look around next door unless anybody else has any other questions.
Nope, I'm good to go there too.
I'm good to investigate too.
Same.
All right. Spend the next 10 minutes just kind of tossing the quarters. You see that the apprentices' clothes are all gone, but they left their tools, money, and many other material possessions.
Hmm.
On the floor, you find these tiny lizard like scales. Bronze on the floor. And outside the quarters, you find small clawed footprints outside in the mud.
2 feet?
Yeah.
Similar to
Corgana's gonna put their foot next to
Boondle.
it.
No, they're tinier, much smaller.
Are they kobold sized?
Ooh.
These are kobold tracks.
Ah,
And looking, it seems like they were carrying something very heavy.
Like a body or heavier?
I mean,
Can we follow them?
The scales on the ground, are they close in size to the scales I was dancing with last evening? Corgana is wanting to.
no, they're a lot smaller than that.
Okay. Then Corgana will, with a bit of a sigh, will nod at the pathway that's going along.
yeah, I think Bjork. Did you want to lead the way?
Sure.
I think
Well, anybody can, but it was your idea. I just wanted to give you the chance.
Should be a survival check to check the.
As we've spent time with each other, we wouldn't have a good idea as to who the better trackers and hunters are out of us, I would assume. But I think Corgana, unless Bjorg wants to lead, would be very invested in this.
No, Corgana can do it.
Okay. Also, as a side note, because we haven't really had the opportunity for much of this to be in relevance, everyone will have, as part of our guild get-together and coffee in the morning, where is the stupid feed? There's too many of them. We'll have 11 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
we've been using inspiring leader for other things, so it's not really been a thing. So, but anyway, back to survival.
I'm proficient if I could
Oh,
help.
that's up to Matt at this point because Corgana seems a little lost.
That's fine.
Is that advantage then that Corgana could roll with?
Yeah,
Or...
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Corgana seems a little distracted, but with Asphalt coming up alongside and giving a little nudge and even putting another pebble in Corgana's hand, I got an 18 at this point with Asphalt's help.
Okay. Tracking through the kobolds, they're throughout the village. And you find out from Renal, who reports back to you, that he's determined that at least 5 other people have gone missing.
So Kella, 3 people and 5 more.
Yeah. We'll call it 2 others because it was the 3. She was one of the
Okay.
3.
So a total of 8.
Yeah.
And it just goes all through town. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Robin.
Well, I was just the reports of that. Does it seem like there's like an interval with which they go missing, or does it seem random?
You're not getting it like from the people. He was just saying how many people reported to not be around.
Okay, got it. Go ahead, Donald.
But yeah, so the kobold tracks and the imprints and the smallish scales go all through town.
Yes, and then lead into the sheltering wood.
Is that the place where the elves are?
Yeah.
Are our kobolds accounted for?
You take time to try to find them, and told that after the celebration, they never came back in the night.
Well, this onion seems to have many layers.
I don't know if this could be related to the survival check or if maybe I could make another roll. Sorry, just trying to place the timeline. So Asphalt's thinking the blacksmith apprentices went missing over the last 3 weeks. And that was time while we were out still sailing back from the raids? Or no, we were home for that.
Sorry, what again?
The 3 weeks that the blacksmith apprentices went missing, that was before we got back from raiding?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a way to the footprints that we've found, the trail? Could we estimate like how old that is? Like, is that
This seems to be a fairly fresh trail.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, why do I have a feeling we're about to go kick the hornet's nest?
Because we probably are.
I don't like this.
I don't like this either.
Well, Asphalt, you got anything to help make it so that way we're less likely to piss off the elves?
No.
Well, considering Tiny's not with us, she's still abed. That might be a good thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh.
This could be. Well, then let's tread lightly. And, let's not get caught, as that's the first rule of any law system. It's not a crime if you don't get caught doing it. But it's either that or whoever's in there is likely going to die, if not be dead already. And I know how much you all just love leaving people to die. So I'm going to take a page out of Bjorg's book and let's hope.
All right. So with that, you go into the wood.
Yep.
Yeah.
We follow the trail.
Yep.
My stealth is pretty bad, so I think I'm gonna wild shape to just make that a little easier. I go back into a lynx.
Nice.
No pass without a trace today.
No, unless Hist has it, but I don't think so.
Nope.
Yeah.
This is where Matt leaves us with a cliffhanger.
All right. So you come into the wood bit by bit, following the tracks. And you travel a few hours and find they lead to a familiar cave for some of you. As you approach the cave, you see standing outside the familiar direwolves that you had helped in spring. However, they are draped in prismatic ribbons as they seem to be standing guard.
You said they're standing guard, like they're alive.
Yeah. They're alive, draped in prismatic ribbons.
Would I know what those ribbons are?
I mean, you can have your suspicions.
Oh,
I too have suspicions.
I, 3, have suspicions.
Corgana looks like they've been hit with a hammer right now.
Guys, those vestments, they are not good news.
Anybody have any suggestions?
Just one.
turn around and tell the chief.
Corgana makes eye contact with Griff. Shall we?
Tiny's gonna be very upset.
All right. As you move forward, you can see inside the cave. It's not a network of caves or anything like that, and you can see it's lit. And you see one kobold that stands in the middle of a circle of 6 kobolds and 8 humanoids from Ragfall. All are dressed in white robes that seem to have been haphazardly dyed into a mess of many colors. And they are all messily and hurriedly eating soup in a circle. The one speaks, "Sup? Sup well. Drink till soup runs down your chest, my friends. For it may be the last supper you ever sup. The kobold takes, the end cometh, and it cometh with swiftness. We have heard, herald. We have borne witness to the glory of his scales. Hail, Glomadrag! Hail, herald! Let us drink to the end of the world." And we're there for tonight.
Aye.